Hey guys, I'm Orthodon, bringing you a very fast Void Fragment farm. This is going to be a Jayber, geared Jayber farm only. So you need to have him geared. I don't know what it would look like if he isn't geared. I haven't tried taking off modules and trying to do a more budget option. Near the end of this video, I will show you the gear so that way you can see what I'm rocking, but I have prestiged many times, so there's that. Now, this one is located in Vespers, and then you go up to the Moonlight Lake at the very top here, and it's right here, this non-attribute one right here. So I found it to be very quick, very efficient, but you pretty much need Jayber. Now, I don't want to say you absolutely need him, and I don't want to say you absolutely need him geared, because there may be other characters, and you could also do it a little bit slower. The problem is, if you do it too slow, then you're not going to be efficient, and I'll talk about the times and the speeds and why this is so good after I show the farm. So let's get into the farm for you guys, so that way you can see it, and that way, if you just want to see the farm real quick and then leave, you can do so. So let's jump into it. So first of all, when you're getting here for the very first time, you're going to want to just toss your turret off into the distance. You want to ult with it. You want to pull out your little pistol. And then what you want to do is you want to place your turret right about here, turn around, shoot the rock, and then you want to run over here and get ready to place your next one because it has already done the first wave. Shoot that for the second wave, that one's already set up, it's going to kill all those. And then, boom. You're done. You want to save your pistol shots for taking out the crystal. That's why I didn't shoot with my own gun. And then, ideally, when you're built, you have enough cooldown reduction that while the mission results are going in, you can pull out your gun again, you can ult again, so that way your turrets are enhanced. And then you can get ready. 3, 2, 1. Crystal's coming up. Boom. I didn't show you guys the time on that first one, but it is pretty crazy. So first wave done. And then these guys are going to go. I'll show you the mission results on this next one. So that was my bad. Boom. So that was 18 seconds. That's probably one of the fastest times I've done it. So that's pretty damn good. And I will do it one more time just to show you guys. You pull out the pistol. You are going to ult, so that way you have the empowered turrets. Sometimes you're a little bit behind. I showed the mission results, so I'm a little bit behind. Boom, you shoot the crystal. Those guys are going to spawn. You can see them all get slaughtered. I'll do this a little slower so you can see them all. It's just hilarious seeing them all melt. Okay, I love it. Boom. And then they're going to do their thing. And boom. Okay, so I want to talk about this a little bit more because you're probably like, non-attribute. And I agree with you. And it also stinks that you need Jayber for this. This is definitely a very specific farm for very specific people, or for people that may want to build Jayber to do this farm. He's a very fun character. He's nothing broken OP. You're not going to be killing bosses in 2 seconds. You know, but he's quite a lot of fun. But anyway, that's not the point. First off, I want to talk about the non-attribute farm, right? So, right here, we scroll down, we're only getting 3 of each. That's only a total of 12 shards per finish. Now, granted, we're finishing in 20 seconds, so that's pretty quick. Now, I'm recording after the 1.0.3 buff, where they are now dropping 17 and 6 for at least this tower specifically. That's a total of 23. Now, that's almost double what you're getting, but you gotta realize how quickly we're doing this. Like, now, if your characters are built for all the different towers to be able to get all the different materials, and you can do them, all the towers, in under 1 minute, then that's better for you. You should be doing that. But for this, you only need to have one character built. And now, the worst part of it is you're not targeting one material. So if you're like, hey, right now I'm working on upgrading my Python more, right? I did not mean to go to that tab. I'm going to work on my Python more, and I need to open these 54s, right? So in order to do that, I need to run this one, which I need 36 inorganic. That means I have to run this 12 times in order to open this reactor. And that is roughly 45 seconds per run. So to get that number, I am taking a rounded up number of 25 seconds per completion, even though I can do it in like 18 to 22. I just want to round up for you guys in case, you know, it goes a little slower one time or whatnot. Anyway, 45 seconds, let's say, because it also takes 20 seconds for the mission to respawn too. So I want to make sure I factor that in. I did a video before this and I forgot to factor that in, and that kind of scuffed my numbers a little bit. So 45 seconds per run, 12 runs, that's 9 minutes it would take to open up one reactor. That kind of stinks, but you also have to realize you're getting the materials of all the other 3 as well, which means you can open 3 different reactors eventually, right? So, I don't know. It's really to each their own. If you want to just like hard focus speed run, then it's better. But if we take a look at some of these other towers and we do some of the math for it, it actually comes out pretty interesting. I sat here and like prepared some of the numbers. So if we look at Vespers here, this one we're running here, right? If we average 45 seconds per completion, that's counting the cooldown, right? 25 seconds to run the mission, 20 seconds for the mission to respawn, 45 seconds. That equates to 960 shards per hour. That's 240 of each different kind of shard. And then if you were to look at like this tower down here, I did the math for this one specifically. I haven't looked at the other ones, so hopefully this one isn't like a really bad example. But if you were to take 1 minute and 30 seconds to complete this, right? Counting the 20-second time for it to respawn, that would be 1 minute 50 seconds. That would be 759 per hour. So that's 201 less than what you're getting at this farm per hour. That's decently significant, and that's if you can finish all these other towers, chill, fire, toxic, electric, in 1 minute 30 seconds or less. If you're going more, then that's gonna raise the discrepancy even more. I did the math for 1 minute completions. If you could manage to do all these different towers in 1 minute completions, you'd be getting 1,035 per hour, which is actually better than this non-attribute farm. So the math comes out to be pretty interesting in that, you know, once again, I say it for a third time in this video, the downside is you need Jayber to do it this quickly. Now, maybe you could do it on a Glay. Like, if you use the module right here, oops, wrong tab. Glay. This one right here, it allows you to use your second ability even without having life orbs, and it actually generates you life orbs. And I'm fairly certain it does some damage. So you could hit the tower with that ability while standing here and just rocket launching all the guys as they spawn. I still think it would be slower than doing it with Jayber, because he can kill them like before they even fall out of the portal pretty much. That's how quick it is. But I think you could still get some pretty fast completion times as long as the monsters don't spread out too much while you're sitting there rocket launching them with infinite ammo and stuff like that. And I haven't tested it, so I don't know what the times are like. That's something you guys could do if you wanted to. The spot's here. You could do it on any of the non-attribute characters. I mean, theoretically, maybe you could Valby it and set up your water, but you'd kind of have to be all over the place. I guess you could throw your ball at this to activate it while laying your water over there, and you can get some pretty crazy duration on Valby's water. So there may be other ways to farm this too, but I only have Jayber really built. All my other characters aren't super built, so I figured I would let you guys know about that. It's a pretty cool farm. But those numbers aside, we also have my modules, which I will show you now. If I were to min-max even more, I would prestige the Spear and Shield card, the non-attribute, whatever that word is that I can't say, Syncitium or something, I don't know. Syncitium. whatever that is supposed to be. Words. That would get me more points to be able to max these last 2 cards that I don't have maxed out yet. I haven't done the math to know whether I would have enough points. And I'm trying to keep the red card cleared out as well, because I don't want to prestige that, even though right now I think it's the only one worth using, personally. I think all the other cards are trash. You can't beat having 2 gun turrets, especially now that Jayber is more of, with the mana removal, he is now more of a offense character rather than a support. If he could still give mana to allies and himself and everything, then I would say some of the other cards would be good, because you'd want that medic turret. But either way, just in case they update him and stuff, I don't want to have a prestige on this if I can help it, so I'm trying to avoid it. So that's where I'm at with that. And then as for my reactor, right now I'm using a Python one. This isn't my main one when I'm doing my DPS build. I actually have a Thunder Cage one right here that I use that has double damage at the bottom, not perfect rolls, but that's the one I use primarily for my damage build. But right now I'm rocking this one because the skill cooldown is nice, and it gives me the ability to constantly maintain my ult, whereas otherwise you would have to get a little bit more cooldown on your tree somewhere here, or not tree, but your cards here. Right now I have minus 37.8, which you can get more, because ideally you want to have your ult ready in between the waves. You want that perfectly timed, so that way as soon as you finish the waves, like you saw me doing, you can pop your ult. So that's that. Very cool stuff. Very fun farm. It's a good way to stock up on all of the materials. It's quicker, in my opinion, than doing the other towers, unless you have a chill, fire, electric, and toxic character decked out enough to do them insanely quickly. And on the plus side, this can also be done completely solo, whereas some of the fast farms for the other ones, you need multiple people, and not everyone has extra people. So keep in mind also that they talked about the Void Fragment and stuff being overhauled and everything in the August 1st patch, so I have no idea how long this video will be relevant, but I found this spot. I was so excited to find it that I actually set up, I usually do reaction videos on my main channel to anime and live action, mostly anime. You guys can check that out, the link's in the description below. But I set up this Morph Gaming channel because I was so excited I wanted to make a video, and it has been a long time coming. I used to make gaming videos on my main channel. I still have some on there. I even have some recent playthroughs of games like Zero Escape and stuff like that. But I would like to do more gaming related stuff, so I decided to finally set up this gaming channel, and this is actually going to be my first video on it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Support me with a subscribe if you did. Let me know what I can improve on, or if you want more from me. If you want a Jayber build video, I feel like I have a pretty decent grasp on Jayber. Not to say that someone can't come up with a more perfect build, because I bet you anyone can, but I feel like this is a pretty good all-round of very good duration on the turrets. The enhanced version is up to 17.6 seconds. The ult is at the point where, you know, I can keep it up all the time. Like, the overhaul buff lasts for 53 seconds, and it has a 44-second cooldown, so I can always be just popping out enhanced turrets. I don't really have any mana problems for the most part in most situations, and it feels pretty good and pretty fun. He's actually my favorite character for running dungeons, but I do not have Bunny set up yet. I actually have Ultimate Bunny crafting in home base right now, so I haven't invested anything into normal Bunny except leveling her up, and I use her for very specific things that she can do quickly at the moment. But I love taking him into dungeons. You just keep your ult buff up and run through and slap turrets down and insta-kill everything. And then bosses, if they're a little bit challenging, you can just pop your turrets down underneath them and hide. So either way, Jayber's a lot of fun. I can make more videos on him if requested. But thank you guys so much. That's going to be it, and I will see you guys in my future videos. All the links are in the description. Check it out, and some of them should be popping up on the screen. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.